Hello. So I want to talk about this illustration which I've just completed and how I was able to create this, what tools I use specifically. So the subject was two bears, a mother and a cub, and it's raining out. The rain has definitely affected the structure of the hair. So the tool I use, I've had manufactured. It's lightweight, it's aluminum, but it's a two-headed tool. So I've done 3 different nibs. The first one, most people aren't familiar with, is an X-Acto blade. The next is a 5-wire, I call nib, and you slip it in accordingly, open it up, slip it in, and then tighten it accordingly. And you can vary the length. It's got a little bit of distance for it, length of the tool, the nib. Same thing this is an open port, and I simply slide it in. So in this case, this is a 15 point or single pieces of steel all wrapped accordingly. So two-headed. So big advantage where one is lightweight, the other one is I can work with 2 different tools and just turn the pen around and go for different areas. How I use this here on my illustration was I wanted the bear to be lighter, so what I did was take this tool here and literally scratch open, especially the lighter areas. What I've done after that was, when I come to adding color, all those areas, all these little lines get filled in with the color, and they become more distant, creating the illusion of underfur. I start with this 5 needle, which is wider, and I'm able to take off areas right in here where the fur is in larger proportion, yet wet. So you want them grouped together versus this area here. And the advantage of using the 2 of them is you can vary the, I'll call it strength, or the amount of ink and clay that you'll be taking off. And then there's the X-Acto blade for making something finer, using the front so you can see little tiny hairs coming out, so it adds the illusion of dimension. Or I can turn it over and be more aggressive. I can also take it, and that's how what I did was I stippled the nose, a little dot, 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 like that. And then you look down in here, turn it over, and do very fine lines. So this was my first exercise in using these nibs that really showed the capability of using different amounts of needles within this. Now I'm going to show you what I'm currently working on and using these particular tools. So this is my latest project. This is going to take a little longer than those 2 little bears. So wet bears, because they're fighting, they're in water where the spray is going everywhere. It takes a while to concentrate on where you've been, where you're going, but I'll just give you an example. Here, on this one, this is what a blessing to find this, 15 nib, etc. You can see where I've left a lot of the scratches off because of the shadow. They still have an area where I want to continue to open up. So in this case, it'd be this area here. And I'll do a little bit of scratching for the demonstration here. So you can use it broad, or you could turn it. Here it just opens up the area without making deeper divots as you create. Okay, so now let me take and show you here with this eraser how much I've taken off with just not a lot of scratching here. Amazing. And then if I want to come back and create all the different locks individually, which this fella has a lot of them in here, I can come back with this tool and create a highlight. And you don't need to press hard. So basically what I'm doing is feathering. Let me show you what a difference it makes. Now with the kneaded eraser, it's easy to go in there and go create more of a defined highlight. If it's too much, I can go back in there, open up the area around it, and then I can compensate when I go back in, either with a shade stick and just throw a small wash over it, or I can go right into color. But if I want to create a lock, I can take and turn the tool where I can just start to go in here, and I'm just going to create that's a little bit of a shadow in here. So just lightly, and then turn it. Okay, and then I can take my X-Acto blade and I'm going to take and just like a lock of hair, and now I've got a little tiny point on it. Or I could take it just like I have here, I can feather that slightly. And create dots, creating it all the way, go back up into the shadow area. So it gives it a little bit of structure. So the advantage here is it's two-headed. I work with two of them. This one I use a lot, so I've got both ends, and then the other ones accordingly. Perfect. And so I'll show you, on the next video, I want to show you what's upcoming for me. In the meantime, happy scratching.